Oh, that might be a better fish. This is probably the one we came for right here. Well, he just will not come up. Look at this.
Sitting there.
Hey everyone, so me and my son and my dad have traveled down to the Tennessee River this morning to do some catfishing. We're getting a little bit of a late start because I backed my boat in and one of my starting battery was dead, so we had to swap that out on the accessory battery, but I think everything's good now. I'm excited to get out here and do some fishing, but I'm also a little nervous because we had a cold front come through a few days ago, and normally a few days after a cold front's normally some pretty tough fishing, but you know, I've heard from some other guys that the fish haven't really bit the last couple of days, so I'm hoping that they turn on today. You know, they got to eat sometime. So we're going to get after it, guys. We're going to fill the cooler up with bait and hopefully get on some big fish today. So as you guys can tell, it is extremely foggy out here this morning. This is probably the foggiest I've ever seen it in my life, honestly. Trying to get up below the dam to catch some bait. We're just having to creep. We can't see anything, and we know there's other boats out here because there's trucks and trailers in the parking lot. So we're just having to creep at about 4 or 5 mile an hour and watch out for other boaters. There's something, but I don't know if it's a skipjack. Yeah, I don't think it's a skipjack. Probably a white bass.
That works.
Right there. I had a bite and they're in there right now. Look at them going crazy. Get in there, Dad. Oh my gosh, now that's a big skipjack. Yeah.
How would you look at that thing?
It's a good one there. All right, y'all, so I hope the catfishing goes better today than the bait fishing did because the skipjack were extremely tough to catch. It took us a few hours just to get enough to fish with. I'm not even sure how many we got. 1, 2, 3. We got 5 skipjacks, but we got one we can get several baits out of. That's a big skipjack right there. As we were coming down river, we seen quite a bit more bait jumping, so maybe we can catch a few more skipjack while we're catfishing, but we made it down to our first spot. What I've done is I've marked 5 waypoints sitting on the couch at home, and we came down to the very last one farthest away from the ramp, and we're gonna work our way back towards the ramp as the day goes on. But we made it to our first spot here. It's about a 60-foot hole, and it's probably about a 1/4 mile long. Got some decent current today. We probably got enough current to fish about any way we want to, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out suspend fishing, see if we can locate some fish. If that's not working, we might anchor up, and if that doesn't work, I think we can probably go back up to the dam, do some bumping, and put some fish in the boat. So that's the plan. We're gonna get some baits out. All right, so we got our baits in the water. I've got 4 rods suspended, 3 across the back, 1 in the front. What I did is I took a skipjack and just chunked it up in 4 pieces and put that out. If the fish aren't biting in this spot, I don't want to waste a bunch of bait, so I'm only going to put 4 out for now. As we were cruising up through here, we seen some good looking stuff down on the bottom at about 60 foot of water. So we're just going to drift down through here. Looks like we're drifting at about 0.6 mile an hour, which is just about perfect. I'm just holding back a little bit with the trolling motor. So the first spot didn't work out. There was fish down there, no doubt. We could see them on the depth finder, but we suspend drifted it and we anchored and we couldn't get them to bite at all. So we came up to the next hole, and I think I've got just enough current here where I can do some bumping. So we're gonna give that a little while and see if it works. All right, y'all, so I have been messing with these fish down here for a while. I've probably had 4 come off. And you know, a couple of them felt like small fish, but one of them felt really good. I actually got to fight one of them for a minute and it felt really good. But I finally got a hook in one of them. They're definitely not really, they're not very aggressive today. As soon as they pick it up and feel as soon as they feel me, they're spitting it before I can get a chance to even try to hook them. This is not a big fish right here, but it's not a baby. It's gonna be a decent fish. I mean, you gotta really be paying attention to even feel the hit. Today, they're just, you just feel a little thump and then they sit still with it. They're not moving. So I'm thinking that we're gonna have to put the bait right in front of these fish today to get them to bite. Just easier to net them when you're in current. Boy, he ate it. Cost him an eyeball. All right, y'all, so we finally put a fish in the boat. Not what we're down here to catch, but we're not going to complain because it is a tough day with the bluebird skies and the high pressure. But we've tried a lot of different stuff this morning. We've anchored, we've drifted, nothing's worked. I could see the fish down there, but we just couldn't get them to bite. So I figured I'd try to walk a bait through here, and sure enough, I started getting bites right away. I hooked a couple fish, and then finally we got one in the boat here. But we're gonna drop another bait down because I'm sure there's a bigger one down there. I'm marking some really nice fish down there, so we're not gonna give up. Oh. Oh, that might be a better fish. We found a few fish here though. A lot of people think bumping is just for fishing below dams, but that's not true at all. You know, we're only in a little over 1 mile an hour current right here. I'm using a 2 ounce weight in 50 foot of water, but as long as you can keep in contact with the bottom, and as long as you can drift, keep your bait pulled out away from the sinker, you know, it's worth giving it a shot. You know, we couldn't get these fish to do nothing. Look there. We couldn't get these fish to do anything today. Drifting, anchoring. We wasted a lot of time anchored up. Oh, I thought he'd come off right there. He just rolled. But as soon as I pick this bumping rod up, we're catching some fish. And the reason is we're having to put these baits right in front of the fish to get them to eat it. They're not wanting to chase a bait. But we were actually leaving this spot, but we were coming up this little hole. I seen some rocks with some really nice fish behind them all the way up through here. Every time I'd see a big rock, there'd be a fish behind it. So I decided to try it for a minute, and boom. Just a few minutes of fishing, we've already got on a small one, and this is going to be a lot better fish than that other one was. He's giving that rod a workout. This is probably the one we came for right here. It feels like it's probably about a 30-pound fish. I mean, we just released that last fish. Oh, here he comes. Oh, there he goes again. I haven't checked my line in a while. This is an old leader, so I don't want to put much. Oh, there he goes. I don't want to put much pressure on it. My arm's starting to burn. Boy, he just will not come up. Look at this.
Just sitting there. Ugh, he's pulling drag.
Oh, gaining some ground on him. Oh, he just stopped again. This is a fight right here, y'all. I don't want to horse him because, like I said, this is an old rig. I know I used it for several fish on the last trip. Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah.
That's what we come down here to catch. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he'll probably go 30, maybe 35. He probably looks like a 20-pounder in his net. That's the only negative thing I found about these monster hydro web nets, is they make your fish look really small when they're in it. Well, he was hooked good.
Yeah, I get a fish and the fish looks small.
Oh. Heck yeah, that's a real nice fish. So yeah, we changed it up a little bit, y'all, and figured it out. Couldn't get them to do nothing anchored up, couldn't get them to do nothing drifting. But we took that bumping rod, you know, and when we're bumping, we're setting that bait down in front of every piece of structure down there on the bottom. Didn't take long at all. All right, let's put him back in and get another bait out there. We gotta get Landon and my dad set up with a bumping rod. There he goes. So I'll show you where we caught that fish. We're drifting down this ledge right here. It's an outside bend with some pretty deep water in it, anywhere from 40 to 45 foot. But right here in this one little spot, there's a small hole that's 50 foot. So only about a 5-foot depth change, but just enough to break the current and hold those fish in there. There's also a lot of big rocks coming down through here. We're gonna get another bait down there and see what else we can come up with. All right, y'all, so on our next drift here, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop a suspended rod down, straight down under the boat with a big heavy weight on it. I'm gonna keep that about 5 foot off the bottom as we bump down through here. A lot of guys on the Mississippi River use a combination like that. They got a rod in their hand and then they run a suspended rod with like a 24 or 32 ounce weight. Just another bait in the water.
Oh!
You get a bite? I don't know what to do with my turkey sandwich. Oh!
What is it?
He came back for it. It was a fish.
What?
Well, I figured if a fish was gonna hit, it would be when I was eating my turkey sandwich. And look there, I got it laying on my dang bait rag.
That'd make it taste better. I think you got in my line too.
Now this one here is rolling around, so it's probably not a very big fish.
Not my line.
Feels like a 10-pounder. Yeah, it may be easy to get it. Try to reel it up now. Reel it up. Now you're hung.
Yep. How that happen?
Oh, what a mess. Well, he's gonna pull a little bit now, look. It's a bigger fish than I thought it was. It's not a bad fish, is it?
No.
I know he tore me up. I should have known better and tried to grab him like that.
Your sandwich might be.
What happened to that?
What?
Wasn't me.
All right, y'all, so there's another nice fish. Not as big as the last one, but we'll take them all on a slow day like today. He bit. I didn't have anywhere to lay my sandwich. I laid it in my seat right there, and then Landon come over and sat on it. So we're gonna get the fish back in.
There's no such thing.
And I'm gonna see if I can salvage some of this sandwich here.
I believe you got it.
Yeah, I'm sure I've ate a lot worse. We're getting ready to drift through that small 50-foot hole again, so I'm excited to see if we can pull another good fish out of it. A piece of bait looks like it's in pretty good shape. Since we're low on bait, I'm just going to put it right back down again.
I got a little pet.
Oh, he's on there.
You got him?
He hit it and never moved, just like they've been doing. Yeah, these fish, just here, Landon, I want you to reel this one in.
Okay. I can't see nothing.
Not very big, is he?
Pretty big.
Oh, is he?
A little drag.
They've been fighting pretty good today. Yeah, he's not bad.
Nice fish.
Oh, buddy, don't get that hook in me. There's another one. We've caught a lot of fish that size today, but we need another big one before we go. We can't stay too much longer, so we got our fingers crossed for another big boy. I hope Dad hooks into it this time. He needs. It's been a while since he's caught a good one. He's about due for one. Unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. We've got about a 3-hour ride home, so we want to go ahead and get on the road and get home at a decent time. But another awesome Tennessee trip is in the books. We caught some really nice fish today, had a blast. I just love being down here, man. It's one of the most beautiful places on earth, in my opinion. But I want to thank you guys for watching. God bless, and we'll see you next time.